What's our greeting? Oh, I got it. What's up, chooms?
Oh my God, stop it. Stop it.
Oh,
God,
don't
you're
you?
such a freaking gonk.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, you're gonna tell me to stop it when you're the one that's been using it all the time?
Yeah, because it's preem.
Oh my god. Okay. Now that's a gunk move. Uh,
Oh man.
all right. Well, if you couldn't tell from that terrible opening, we've been watching Cyberpunk. It's been pretty cool. Oh, we watched
Yes,
Cyberpunk, we should say.
we watched Edge Runners, which was a great show. I
Yeah.
thoroughly enjoyed that. And then basically I got inspired, so literally bought a laptop just to play Cyberpunk. I mean, work, use it for work purposes only, but as a side effect, I can now actually play Cyberpunk.
Well, so moving on to the discussion. So you ever watch like I don't know, maybe like I just thought of this like recently, but like you ever watch like YouTube video like gun tube videos? And then this is something like, we run into too, where it's like, how do you tell if somebody has experience? Because like obviously you hear like, like Chris Costa, like Haley Strategic, like or like Garant Thumb. It's like they have the reputation, right? They have the experience or whatnot. But like, how do you like prove or like how do you show that you have the experience? Because it's like Joe Schmo out there, right? Like there are some that's like like those people have served, so that gives them some sort of credibility, I suppose. But like somebody like who do I watch? Like Brandon, right? The AK guy. It's like you would listen to him too, but like yeah, he makes guns and he uses a lot of guns and he has good videos, but like, you know,
Well, like I think that's the funny part about it because like some people have come out and they like let's say built up like this huge brand, have a big following, and then people find out later that they like faked their credibility that they built everything off of. So like maybe they like either didn't actually serve or they served but not in the capacity that they like brag. And so like that kind of like destroys their like anything that they said before, even if the information was good. So then it's like I kind of think of it as sort of like a yeah, it's not great that you like lied to like use that to establish it, but then at the same time, it's like kind of like somebody who might have a lot of experience in a field, but they don't have a degree or they don't have a degree for it, and then like a job or a job opportunity might pass up on you because you don't have the paper that says you have the credibility but you basically like have a lot of experience. So then like I feel like it's kind of a similar thing because like people don't they don't know that they can trust you because you don't have the whatever that piece of paper says or like the purple hearts, you know what I mean? Like where's your silver stars, bro? Like, I don't know, whatever like the awards are, the medal of honor, like I don't know. Like
yeah. Like, is it just like familiarity? Like good videos, like video quality? Because it's like, okay, like FPS Russia, I guarantee you, like lots of people will listen to him, but he's never served. I mean, he plays with cool guns and he has a lot, like, but like, I don't know. It's just a weird thought that just like crossed my mind. And we've obviously dealt with it
no,
too.
he served time.
Okay, way too soon. Rest in peace, Rip Kyle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we're no strangers to it, right? Like we get lots of comments on
Oh,
videos saying like,
you don't say. Do we have any examples of that?
uh, my favorite comment as of recently was somebody going like, "Buddy, you have no CQB experience, so stop talking about it." In which, the only appropriate response is, "I'm not your buddy, pal."
I- you're not. Oh yeah. Well, I'm not your pal, guy.
Well, I'm not your guy, friend.
Well, I'm not your friend, choom.
Okay, now you just killed it.
Yeah. All right. So basically, like, I think it's funny because, like, we have a lot of people talking trash on that video, which is funny because I'm not like proclaiming to have any kind of experience, and basically it's like I don't have the creds, right? But at the same time, it's like, I do have a lot of information about this kind of stuff, and I know a little bit of the background on, like, how that mount was made and why it was made and what it was made for. So it's like I get the specific purpose. And for the GBRS guys, for like, their R&D and like stuff comes from a very legitimate place. So it's like, if it works for you, great. We just witnessed the Tacoma SWAT incident where it's an active shooter, and the Tacoma SWAT guy, he just rolls up in his car, getting shot at, gets out, gets into the back trunk, pulls out his rifle, it's got a GBRS mount on it, takes one shot, domes the dude. And so it's like, obviously the product is fine, if you know how to make it work for you, awesome. I don't really care if you like it or not. It's just funny to me because the GBRS guys, I think their main problem is like their optics are really weird, because those guys come from like, legitimate mill background. They have tons of
You mean
experience doing.
optics like perspective, right? Not like red dot like optics
Yeah,
or yeah,
I'm
okay.
talking about
Yeah,
perspective.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
basically,
I just wanted to clarify for people when yeah. So it's like
yeah.
you're using the word optics like perspective, not like actual scopes. Like
Yeah, so basically what it is like the perspective on how they present their product is kind of jacked up, because they like seem just kind of like a bunch of fuckboys in the gun industry. So basically, like, instead of coming forward as like, hey, like, I'm trained up as well, Navy SEALs, and like, I did these tours and like served this and done all this cool stuff, and then basically like I'm here to kind of extend my experience into like creating products that are like cool for you guys. It's just like, hey, buy our cool hats and merch and t-shirts and patches and stuff, and then here's like a $500 like cool mount that I use to like do CQB on. And it's like, it just feels kind of like weird, because it doesn't have, like, at least from my perspective, a level of professionalism that I would expect. And I don't know if that has anything to do with being Navy SEALs or not, or like where that comes from or whatnot, but it's just like, to me, it just feels like that optic is weird, like,
yeah,
it's just like,
no,
oh,
and you're right because it's like it definitely feels like it's very like polar, right? It's like either people love them because they're like, oh, they're Navy SEALs, they're whatever, or people are like, yeah, yeah, like they're kind of ridiculous. It's
mhm.
like it's very yeah, it's very polarizing.
Yeah, and I think also a lot of people just don't really understand that our like YouTube channel isn't like a totally 100% serious channel,
Oh no, 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 by far zero. It's funny to us when people take it seriously. I mean, and it kind of sucks though. It's a double-edged sword, right? Like we want to be funny. Now, okay, we didn't want to talk about us, but yes, we want to be funny, we want to be entertaining, but we also want to give people, like some sort of, I guess like
Hey, think about
knowledge
how many
or
people we've
perspectives.
helped with our Glock sights video, okay? So many people have learned how to shoot a gun properly because of that video. So, you know what? I will take credit here,
I
okay?
feel like
Haters be damned.
that is the worst example you could use. That was a joke that somehow worked, and because of that, that just made the joke funnier. Not the other way around.
No, no, no. The joke now has lent itself credibility because of the
Uh,
results, because the ends justify the means.
uh, yeah. Or YouTube just screens all the negative comments, and we don't even see them anymore.
Oh man, this is a horrible podcast.
It is terrible. I don't even know if I want to release this one.
You
Uh,
know what? But that's why people keep coming back.
Yeah, just yeah, exactly. Full transparency, because
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's just funny. It's like I feel like if we didn't, and again, part of it is like kind of our like how we present ourselves and just ourselves in our videos. Like I feel like we would get better, warmer reception or if we had better quality videos, and we weren't always so like goofy. So if we were always serious and we had better quality videos, and I'm just talking about like just literally the video quality, right? Not even like anything else. Just we just shot it in 4K, 60 frames per second with good B-reels, transitions, and whatnot. I guarantee you, people will be like, they might have something. But the way we shoot things is so like guerrilla and just backyardsy that I feel like it just lends itself to nobody taking us seriously, which is fine. I don't give a
Well,
shit.
here,
But
like, here's an interesting perspective. What if, for example, let's say like you and I were like both like, I don't know, CAG or Delta or I don't know, some like high level special forces operator dudes, right? And then we made the same content on our YouTube channel.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
that's kind of what I was getting at, right? So it's like it's almost like an experiment, like a experiment, or like a funny thought that I had. Is like, what if we looked very serious, had really high quality video, we look serious, we act serious, but all the stuff we said is like just barely just wrong, but not so egregious that people, you know what I mean, that people like immediately think it's wrong. Like, would people still take us seriously? Like kind of like the Glock sights, right? It's like some people at a glance, if you just look at it, maybe at your screen on just 5-inch screen 720p, you probably couldn't tell that was literally just a sticker on his shirt.
I kind of well, I mean, there's some people who did mention that, but
That's
I
what I'm
kind of
no,
feel
that's what
like
I'm saying.
even if we
Right?
had the creds, I feel like the reactions would be exactly the same.
I think so too. Which
Yeah.
I don't care, but it's just
On
funny.
that video specifically, but like I
Yes.
think some other videos and stuff, I don't know. It'd be very interesting to see. Like, I mean, I also really can't see any SF dudes doing finger guns, but that's
I don't know. Maybe like I feel like yeah. I
I
don't know.
mean, like,
People
how
just
many
should just have
people do
some
you
fun.
know that have like a legitimate background act like goofballs in like real life?
I suppose that's fair. But
So
or maybe the goofballs that do act like goofballs have backgrounds that we just don't know about, huh?
yeah, yeah, they're amongst us in our
Exactly.
society.
You're right.
They're
Maybe FPS Russia is actually, some sort of secret agent.
yeah, probably. I don't know. I mean, it like, I don't know, just credibility in general just makes me think about like, working a gun counter and basically people will come in and they will ask you for advice, right?
Right.
Sometimes they just flat out ignore your advice and they just buy whatever they either want or basically maybe somebody they know, like a family member or a friend, whatever, that has quote unquote credibility, like my brother-in-law's father's uncle's, stepdaughter is a law enforcement officer of 20 years and they told me to get this Glock 27 and 40 cal, and then basically I'm like, okay, sure, whatever you want. But then like, you also have like people who come in and they will literally just buy whatever you tell them to buy. So they're putting their faith in you as a quote unquote gun salesman. That's like my favorite line is like, trust me, I'm a gun salesman. So basically, so I try not to say it too greasily, but it's like hard not to like come across that way. But it's funny because I say it in a way that like tries to reassure people in the sense that I'm like saying with like dripping sarcasm. So unless they really just cannot grasp what sarcasm is, usually they just laugh and we have a good time and then I sell them a gun. So, the fact of the matter is they put their trust in that I won't sell them a piece of garbage, right? And I really try not to. So basically it's like haven't sold a Taurus in probably never, I think. So, it's like to some degree, it's like they put their faith in you, even though it's like you don't have any real credibility, right? Like, so you walk into a gun store, it's like you don't know what they're going to tell you. And a lot of times people go to gun stores and they have terrible experiences because that person doesn't really have the credibility to sell you a gun or like really to show you that, right? And I guess this could be applied to like anything, like a car salesperson or, whatever the case may be, where you go and buy something like that. But I guess it's like, like how do you know to trust them? And it's like, well, what is their credibility and like how does that impact your decision, right?
Yeah, I suppose. I think it's interesting you brought up somewhat of a tangent. It's funny you brought up the car salesman, but like, car dealership, they're usually a brand, right? Like a Honda car dealership, or Ford, whatever. Like, but a gun store, it's not like you're coming into the Smith and Wesson store where you expect they're gonna peddle you Smith and Wessons. So whereas
Yeah.
like you go to a you go to an Audi or BMW dealership, they're gonna peddle you BMWs, and so you're like already on the defensive. That's just an interesting thought. Whereas like you
Yeah.
go to a gun store, you're more neutral.
Unless you go to the Glock store, you know what I mean? Like,
That's
because
fair.
it's like I guess there's that kind of. But yeah, like generally speaking, if you go to a regular gun shop that just carries a lot of brands, then you spend a lot of time like trying to show people certain things, and
Yeah.
ultimately speaking, it's like, okay, you're either gonna be there to sell them a Glock 19 because that's pretty much the right choice for like 90% of the people out there, or you're gonna sell them every other kind of gun until they figure out the right choice is a Glock 19.
Whoa, some spicy hot takes up here.
Listen,
That's funny.
listen. I have credibility, man. I'm a
Oh
gun
yeah, oh yeah,
salesman.
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
man, you should have. Oh, you should have. How many guns do you think you've sold? Maybe that's a accolade in itself. Be like, yeah,
That's
man.
like
It's like
that's interesting because I've
it,
never thought about the actual numbers,
yeah.
but like I would say because I've been working for, let's say conservatively, like 9.5 years
Okay.
in a gun retail. I probably, let's see. So our store on average sells like 4 to 5 thousand guns a year, but that's made up amongst like a bunch of employees, right?
Right.
And then it's like there's all different kinds of guns. So then it's just like, hmm,
So
you'd
I
have to
mean,
divide. I would say probably
at least a
uh
thousand guns. Would you say?
five. I would say 500 guns.
Okay.
Probably. Well, no. Let's do more conservatively. Let's say
Okay.
300 guns per year times 9 years.
Okay. That's not wow. 300. That's not bad. That's 300. I thought you were
And
just gonna say
that's like
300,
pretty
but I guess
that's
that's pretty
pretty
low for 9 years.
conservative numbers
Yeah.
because like for 5 years in a row I was like selling at the top level, like I was
Oh.
selling at the most,
Oh.
because I just have the sales experience, right? Like it's like
Yep.
retail, so it's like you have a lot of turnover and like
Right. Right.
people leave. So then if you've been around for longer, obviously you have like a regular customer base like guns is kind of weird because people, since they come to you for advice, once a person comes and talks to you, so like let's say like a guy comes in, we're chatting, I meet him for the first time, and then for some reason the topic of like watches comes up. That's just one that, because it's like I like nice watches. I see customers have nice watches and I might comment on it and then we'll talk about them. Then you kind of develop this rapport with that person, and then that person's like, oh hey, this dude is my guy at the gun store. He's always going to come back to me and buy from me, right? So the consistency becomes greater the larger customer base that I have. And so, like, other people who work there for less time don't have that regular clientele. So basically, they have to build it from scratch. But I've had this existing clientele. So they will continue to buy more and more guns from me, more expensive guns, greater levels of things from me. So it's kind of like like they've got like their guy to like hook them up. It's like I'm like a personal shopper for a lot of people. So basically, like that will lead to like greater numbers naturally, right? So it's just it's just like a regular fact. But I would say like 300 guns a year is like a really conservative estimate because like I probably had less sales early on, and then as the years came forward, I sold more and more and more guns every year, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know if that really counts as like credibility. That's more like, it's weird because that's more like job experience over like actual like
Yeah, like retail.
credibility, you know?
That's
Yeah.
very good. Like life and retail experience. Like, no, it's just funny because I was like, you should just hit them with, the Navy SEAL copy pasta. Uh,
Oh God.
the
Wait,
what the
which
fuck you
one
fucking
though?
say about me? I have 300 confirmed kills.
Oh
That one.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
like, you should just hit them with the. What do you fucking say to me? I'll have you know, I was the top salesman 9 years. Running. I have over 3,000 gun sales.
You know how many Glock 19s I put into people's hands?
Yeah. You know how many Form 4470? What was it?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. 4473 is like, you
yeah,
know
you
how
know
many
how many.
4473s I've filled out? You know how many Form 4s I've had people fill out for suppressors? Like, countless
Oh,
numbers.
yeah, yeah. You're fucking dead,
Where's
kiddo.
my Purple Heart?
Oh.
So bad.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just funny that all this had led up to like me thinking of that, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely interesting. I mean, it's yeah. I think I really want to do that experiment now. Uh, Maybe we should start a second channel where we just do things like super, high quality, serious, and then see what people think. Like,
Dude, we barely put content out on this channel. It's like starting a second channel. I'm not sure how successful that's gonna be.
oh, fuck, we need to do more. We need to do
Yeah.
more content. Well, you have more time and experience now, so the onus is also on you now.
Oof.
I know.
I'm so busy at my new job.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Must be so busy.
So busy, dude.
But yeah, what do you? I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, do you watch people because they're just entertaining, or do you think they have a lot of experience? Like, like Hickok 45, right? He has credential and he has enough videos, and so he's everyone's like favorite grandpa. So like you inherently trust him, I guess. So it's like, who do you guys watch that you watch? Like, oh man, like Carnicon. Oh, remember
Wait,
Carnicon?
we're talking about the same person.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay. If people do I don't think people are gonna know the reference though. Like,
The
you
time.
think it's
You
been
mean
long enough?
I don't, maybe like the timelines, like the
Yeah.
multiple timelines. Yeah, I don't know. That's just like a funny joke, I guess. Like if you know about Connor Khan and the whole Hickok theory thing, and then who is there another person? It was just them two, right?
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
basically like yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's yeah, Carnicon is like the most legit. Like he's actually probably the best example of what we're talking about. Where like he just made like a goofy ass, super funny, really entertaining content, but he also has like, you know, field background experience, I guess, or I don't know
yeah.
how you
He was a
describe it, right?
sapper. Yeah.
Yeah.
So right. He has credentials and
Yeah.
background. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So but yeah, he makes exactly. See, like he makes goofy ass content. I don't know why it took me so long to think of him, but
What I want to know is like, and feel free to put this in the comments, but like, do you watch us because this is just like a funny entertainment channel, or like, do you think that like we provide more than that?
oh no, why did you have to put it out there? It's like 99.9% the former.
Yeah, I just want to hear like if there's any carryover from
You
people who
think?
followed us because of Glock sites. Because what I really want to know is like if somebody was brought to our YouTube channel because of Glock sites and they thought it was real, and then what
I
would
see.
happen if
Yeah,
they looked at our other videos, right?
yeah.
So then so then would that change their perspective on us, or would they basically just, just accept it as like, oh yeah, this dude is like a super legit guy who knows how to shoot real good, and he taught me how to shoot my Glock, and also makes really funny videos, kind of like how Karnakon is like a super legit dude who just makes really funny videos.
Yeah, that's true. Right. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm willing to bet most people come here for the kind of the dumb entertainment, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And I don't really want to be taken. Okay, that's not the right way to phrase it, but it's like I don't want people to take us too seriously, and just want people to have fun. There's already, I think, way too many serious, like gun social media or gun like people, right?
Listen, buddy.
hmm And I think that's why we innately steer away from it because it's going to be hard to teach people something if you don't look professional, or if you don't have it, like, the basically the amount of cred you can talk about. Like we have a wild, or like kind of spread out experience in lots of different things, guns and not gun related, but nothing where it's like you can show people like, hey, I was on SWAT for 10 years, or I was in the I was in SF for 15, shit like that, right? So I think that's why I would prefer to kind of like lean away from it and just do fun videos.
Look,
And
I have spent almost all of my life clean shaven because as an Asian, I can't grow a very legitimate beard. So I haven't tried until very recently. And I would say that I'm probably a good 50% away from having like a legit operator beard. Once
Mm.
that fully sets in, credibility established.
All right, you're right,
Like,
you're right. That's when we start the
I,
second video. But
that's
yes.
really all you need is like a
Yeah.
legitimate looking operator beard. Then
Yeah.
you're done. You made it. I mean,
Or
like
or a good looking
you
mustache. You need a
you can't.
operator beard
Yeah,
or a good looking mustache. Or
the
operator
mustache
mustache.
has to be thick though. Like it's got to have seen the streets. Like that's the kind of and that's more like okay. I would say mustache is more like LE background. Beard is more like mill background. Like
Yeah.
they have their origin purposes.
Unless you're that one guy. There you go. The uh the yeah. Then he's got
Oh
yeah.
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 Okay, I mean that's acceptable.
I mean, the
Like,
left is,
yeah,
the left is an actor, but the right is a real,
yeah,
operator. But
yeah. He's the exception to the rule.
yes. So, well, then we just gotta wait till you grow your operator beard in, then we'll start a second channel. Okay,
I
it'll
only
be
need
very,
about
very serious.
maybe another month, and I'll probably be there.
Oh
It
wow,
takes
a
it
month.
takes a long ass time for me
I
to grow
tried
it
two
out,
months to
unfortunately.
grow, and I could not grow shit. Like I shaved it off before I came back. Yeah, I was like, nope. I tried for 2 months, couldn't grow shit. Then I was like, no, I'm not gonna show. I took a picture just to have the record, and I'm never gonna show anybody. Maybe for like a funny occasion or good occasion, but I'm never gonna show anybody what I
See,
look
my
like.
problem is right now I'm in the awkward in between where I just look like I'm homeless. So basically that's it's a work of progress. So the timing is basically like I'm trying not to shave at all through No Shave November.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So if I can make it another month and a week or so, then basically that I think it will have like fully fleshed out. But at the same time, I don't know. It could be that it just doesn't. Yeah. Worst case, I'll just grab one of those.
I was gonna say, yeah.
The
Worst
yeah,
case.
the
You know
one with
what?
the beer, the one with the sunglasses and the beanie,
Which one?
and it's like a woven one, like the
Oh, this one.
beanie. Yeah,
Yeah,
that one right there.
yeah.
That's the one right there.
Uh, yeah, you know what? I was gonna say, worst case. Uh, come December, I'll buy you a fake beer for Christmas.
It's got to be like a legit one though, like a real hair one.
Real hair, but wrong color.
Yeah, give me a red one.
Like this guy.
Yeah. That's a little redder than I would have liked. That one's better. The one you're hovering over, I think that one's better.
Okay.
Yeah, that color. That color.
Like a more Viking looking.
Yeah.
That's fun. Yes. All right. That's the goal. Then we're gonna grow operator beards, and we're just gonna start wearing camos and fatigues and plate carrier, and then all y'all will take us seriously. That's
No,
all we're
I'm
gonna do.
probably gonna do one like video of me in it, like showing my face, like with the full beard after November. But then basically mid-December, I have to shave it because I have to wear a gas mask for like a week. And so basically because of that, I'm not gonna have the beard because it just won't work.
You don't have to wear.
I don't. Okay, it's more about
Or
the comfort
I guess
aspect
you
over
also
the
don't
actual.
have to shave it for the gas fans. It's not like you're actually gonna be in a seaburn environment.
Yeah, no, I know that. I'm not using it for that purpose. I just want it to be comfortable in the mask, basically.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, fine. You know,
Yeah, because it's already going to be suffering enough. I don't want to add to the suffering by just having like an itchy ass beard underneath that mask for a week.
But okay, okay, we'll see. Maybe if the beard is glorious enough, I can convince you to keep it and suffer through the
Okay,
week.
I'll think about it at the end when
Yeah,
it's fully in. Because
yeah,
if it's like not even like that good looking
yeah,
of
yeah,
a
yeah,
beard, then I'm gonna get rid of it. But
yeah.
if it's actually legitimately like good looking, then I will think about keeping it.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
fair enough. All right, well, it's been like long enough, I guess. So, you want to close
Yeah.
this out?
Yeah, I guess we'll kill it. So thanks for attending our podcast. And you should go check out our Instagram. That totally isn't gonna work anyway, because nobody checks out our stuff.
Uh,
But anyway,
yeah. Well, I mean, not when we keep, at this point, it's just it's customary rather than like true. It's like,
yeah,
yeah,
this is just
well,
formalities, you know.
well, I
Yeah.
mean, no, what I was gonna, no, what I'm gonna, well, I'm gonna say is, yeah, we're gonna try to get more videos out.
Oh God. Mhm.
So that's more customary than, actually a statement at this point.
Yep.
So, yeah, well, I guess thanks for listening, watching, whatever. And we'll try to get more videos out. I promise. Well, I promise, no promises.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
Promised.
And totally not because Modern Warfare 2 just came out.